Numbers 33. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and his son Yehoshua died on the stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. Yah is a very jealous El. He doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. That's how jealous he is. And the letter J is barely 600 years old. Numbers 33. These are the departures of the children of Israel who went out of the land of Mitzrayim by their divisions under the land of Moshe and Aaron, and Moshe wrote down the starting points of their departures at the mouth of Yah, and these are their departures according to their starting points. So they departed from Rameses, R-A''MESES, in the first new moon on the 15th day of the first new moon on the morrow of the Passover. The children of Israel went out with boldness before the eyes of the Mitzrites, and the Mitzrites were burying all their firstborn whom Yah had stricken among them. Also on their mighty ones Yah had executed judgment. So the children of Israel departed from Rameses and camped at Sukkoth, Sukkoth, and they departed from Sukkoth and camped in Etham, E with a half a check mark, Tham. There's a Y above it, so I had to make sure it actually had that half a check mark. It's just really small. I'm really blind, who knows? Which is on the edge of the wilderness, and they departed from Etham and turned back to Pi Hahiroth. Etham does have half a check mark on it because I can see it somewhere else too. P-I space capital H-A-H with a dot I-R-O-T-H, which is east of Baal Zephon, Baal, B-A''A'-L, which is exactly how you spell Lord in Greek. Zephon, T-S-E-P-H-O-N, and they camped near Migdol, M-I-G with a line on top of it, D-O-L, and they departed from before Hahiroth and passed over through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and camped at Marah, M-A-R-A-H, and they departed from Marah and came to Elim, capital E, well, obviously, with a half a check mark on top of it, L-I-M, and at Elim were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, so they camped there. I wonder if they counted all the palm trees. And they departed from Elim and camped by the Sea of Reeds, and they departed from the Sea of Reeds and camped in the wilderness of Sin, S-I-N. And they departed from the wilderness of Sin and camped in Dophqua, D-O-P-H-Q-A-H. And they departed from Dophqua and camped in Alush, A-L-U-S-H. And they departed from Alush and camped in Rephidim, R-E-P-H-I-D, with a line underneath of it, I-M. And there was no water for the people to drink. And they departed from Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai, S-I-N-A-I. And they departed from the wilderness of Sinai and camped in Kibroth Hattawa, Q-I-B with a line underneath of it, R-O-T-H, and then Hattawa, H-A-T-T-A''A'-W-A-H. And they departed from Kibroth Hattawa and camped in Hatzeroth, H with a dot, A-T-S-E with a half a check mark, R-O-T-H. And they departed from Hatzeroth and camped in Rithmah, R-I-T-H-M-A-H. And they departed from Rithmah and camped in Rimmon, Peters, Rimmon. Peters is, or Peretz, I guess, Perets, and they departed from Rimmon, Peretz, and camped in Libnah, Lib with a line underneath it, Nah, and they departed from Libnah and camped in Rissah, Rissah, and they departed from Rissah and camped in Quahilatha, Qehe with a half a check mark, Lathah, and they departed from Quahilatha and camped at Mount Shapher, Shapher, and they departed from Mount Shapher and camped in Haradah, H with a dot, Arad with a line underneath of it, and they departed from Haradah and camped in Makweloth, Maqhe with a half a check mark, Loth, and they departed from Makweloth and camped in Tahath, Tah with a dot, Ath, and they departed from Tahath and camped in Terah, Terah with a dot, and they departed from Terah and camped in Mithqua, Mithqah, and they departed from Mithqua and camped in Hashmanah, H with a dot, Ashmonah, and they departed from Hashmanah and camped at Moseroth, Mose with a half a check mark, Roth, and they departed from Moseroth and camped at Benia Yaquin, Bene with a half a check mark, I and then space and then Yaq or Ya'Aqan, and they departed from Benia Yaquin and camped at Hor Haggidgad, H with a dot, space, Haggid with a line underneath of it, Gad with a line underneath of it, and they departed from Hor Haggidgad, or God probably, and camped at Yothbatha, Yotb with a line underneath of it, Athah, and they departed from Yotbetha and camped at Abranah, AB with a line underneath of it, Ronah, and they departed from Abranah and camped at Etzion Geber, Etsyon space Geb with a line underneath of it, and they departed from Etzion Geber and camped in the wilderness of Sin, Tsin, which is in Qadesh, Qad with a line underneath of it, with a half a check mark, Sh, and they departed from Qadesh and camped in Mount Hor, Hor, on the boundary of the land of Edom, Ed with a line underneath of it, Om. Then Aaron the priest went up to Mount Hor at the mouth of Yah and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel had come out of the land of Mitzrayim on the first day of the first new moon. Now Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Hor, and the sovereign of Arad, Arad with a line underneath of it, the Canaanite who dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel, so they departed from Mount Hor and camped at Salmonah, Tsalmonah, and they departed from Salmonah and camped in Punon, Punon, and they departed from Punon and camped in Oboth, AB with a line underneath of it, OB with a line underneath of it, OTH, and they departed from Oboth and camped in Ihabarim, Iye with a half a check mark, space, HA with a dash, A with a B with a AB with a line underneath of it, Arim, at the border of Moab, and they departed from Ayim and camped at Didon God, DIB with a line underneath of it, ON space GAD with a line underneath of it. And they departed from Dibon God and camped at Almon Diblathema, Diblathema, ALMON space DIB with a line underneath of it, LATHAYEMAH. And they departed from Almon Diblathema and camped in the mountains of Abiram, AB with a line underneath of it, ARIM before Nebo, NEB with a line underneath of it, O. And they departed from the mountains of Abiram and camped in the desert plains of Moab by the Yarden of Jericho. And they camped by the garden from Beth Yeshimoth, B E with a half a check mark, YTH, and then Yeshimoth, YESHIMOTH, as far as the Abel Shittim, AB with a half a check mark, or no, AB with a line underneath of it, E with a half a check mark, L space SHITTIM, in the desert plains of Moab. And Yah spoke to Moshe in the desert plains of Moab by the Yarden of Jericho, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When you have passed over the Yarden into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and shall destroy all their engraved stones, and destroy all their molded images, and lay waste all their high places, and you shall possess the land and dwell in it. For I have given you the land to possess, and you shall divide the land by lot as an inheritance among your clans. For the larger you give a larger inheritance, and to the smaller you give a smaller inheritance. Wherever the lot falls to anyone, that is his. You inherit according to the tribes of your fathers. And if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall be that those who you let remain shall be pricks in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and they shall trouble you in the land before you dwell. And it shall be that I do to you as I thought to do to them. And it shall be that I do to you as I thought to do to them. Interesting.